next 5 years. First is the increased adoption of VR headsets, and second is the blurring of the lines between VR and AR, that's augmented reality. So on the first point, according to the consumer VR forecast from Omdia, the installed base of VR headsets in consumer hands will grow from 26 million globally in 2022 to 72 million in 2027. And these are going to be driven by devices from Meta, of course, the Quest devices, HTC Vive devices, and Pico devices. But that's VR as we know them today. Then the second way the VR is going to expand and evolve is merging the lines between VR and AR. 2 years ago, as part of Omdia's Trends to Watch series, we predicted that pass-through VR will become increasingly utilized by VR manufacturers. So pass-through VR essentially enables VR headset to become augmented reality headset by letting the user see through the device, through the cameras, that lets users experience not only the virtual world inside the headset, but also augment the world around them outside of the headset. So those are the two main things that we see VR evolving over the next 5 years.
Yeah, we're seeing really incredible growth in games tech at the moment, and that's obvious if you just look around the show floor here at GBC. You see so many companies that are offering tools and solutions to game developers, and the reason for that growth is actually pretty simple. It's just that games have become so much more expensive and more complicated to make, and a lot of the challenges are outside the core expertise of game studios, so they need to look at things like live ops, cloud infrastructure, monetization, all become much more complex. So you can see the range of vendors that are trying to fill that space and help developers make games more easily and more cost effectively in a more difficult environment that they're in. And that is resulting in a big market opportunity. We think already as of 2022, there was more than $60 billion spent on games tech solutions of one sort or another, and that is just going to continue going upwards. Like with the fundamental structural drivers of increasing cost, increasing complexity, those are very much in place, and we think that that's going to push the market up to close to $90 billion by 2027. So there is a really huge opportunity here for tech vendors to take advantage of that and help game developers with the challenges over the coming up in 2020s.
Top trends I'm noticing in the games industry, I'd probably pick two. One is economic uncertainty. We've had a historic rise in inflation, a real spike, something that we haven't really seen before. And game pricing traditionally curves gently upwards with inflation. It isn't used to this kind of spike. So we may find that return on investment may be really pressured, particularly in the AAA games industry. The other top trend, I think, is subscriptions and how they're affecting gaming in general. We've done some really interesting surveys recently, and we feel that gaming on subscription services is causing a change in gamer behaviour, which we really want to look at in more detail over the course of the year.